Hey everyone, I'd like to take a second and talk to you about a technique. It's pretty easy to use to take Newman projections and turn them into bond line formulas. So let's take a look at the structure. Here we have one carbon. It's connected to this carbon here. That's the center carbon. It's in the front of our Newman projection. So that's two carbons so far. That's connected back here to this carbon. And then this carbon's connected to this carbon. So that corresponds to this CH3 being here in the front, and this CH3 here being our back carbon here. Okay. Now the H's at our positions here in the front, if we're looking at it head on like we are here, that HR turns out to be on our right hand side right here. And this H that's in the back, that's on our right hand side, turns out to be here as we rotate in that kind of that direction. So this molecule here is 4 carbons. It is butane. So let's take a look at the second compound down below, and let's figure out if it's the same compound or a different compound. So if we look at this Newman projection down here below, we see that we have one carbon connected to a second carbon. Back here is our third carbon, and this methyl is our fourth. So we can see that this is also simply 4 carbons in a row, and this is therefore also butane. We can do that, in fact, without even having to do our little zigzag form like we did over here with our wedges and dashes, just by counting carbons up. What about this last one? How would we figure out what this structure is? Well, let's look at it. So this has only H's off of that front carbon. It's the carbon that's part of our Newman projection here, right? So this bullet right here is our carbon in the front. Right now, sticking off this, we have an H atom, right? And then we have an H as a wedge and an H as a dash. That's now connected to our carbon in the back. So that carbon in the back is connected to up here. It's connected to this. And that is simply a CH2, CH3. And then sticking off the carbon here, we also have these H's. So when we count this up and look at it, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, only H's everywhere. This is also butane. So this is 3 different ways of looking at the same molecule. The only thing that can make this a little bit more challenging is that you can have groups here other than H, right? This could be changed into all sorts of things. It could be a T-butyl group. It could be another ethyl group. But the process is the same as you go through and encounter new situations with these Newman projections.